welcome to Danielle's Desk. Today we are going to be inputting all of our 2022 goals. So I'm super excited. I'm so glad that I have a chance to sit down and do this with you. I did not do this with you last year. And so I had some requests to do some goal planning and share with you my goals. And so I have not touched it or anything. I haven't done anything with these inserts since I got them. The inserts that we're going to be using are from Jane's Agenda. We got this in one of our sub boxes. So I'm super excited that I subscribed just in time to get them. I have been writing out my goals on my iPhone in my notes. I started out on paper with kind of like my planning for it. I started in December and I don't always have my paper with me, so I just kind of started it on my notes and in my notes section on my iPhone, and it's just worked out great. I started out with my categories, and I'll show that to you in a minute. And then I just started adding bullet points under the categories to try to get it done. And I do believe that I am completely done. Not to say that I won't add any more as the quarters go on throughout the year, but for right now, this is what I feel I need to focus on. I am a very focus-driven person. That's just how I'm made, my makeup is. I like to have short-term and long-term goals for myself. And then I just kind of move from there. And that way I am a list maker. So I am that type of person where I have to write it down, check it off, and it's done. Not everyone is like that. I totally understand. I am just sharing with you how I do things in my world. So like I said, we are using the goals inserts from Jane's Agenda. I'm not sure if these are available specifically on her website or there's some just like it. I am very uncertain, but make sure you check down in the description box, and I will have a link to whatever is available on her website. So we're going to pull this out and then we're going to start. I am going to preface by saying that she does not have a lot of sections for goals. I have more sections than she does space, which is totally fine. So I have pulled in some other things to kind of help me. These are some goal sheets that I used at the beginning of last year, or almost mid last year. These are from Fancy Plans Co. And these are by month. So I might put these down in here. Again, her headers are not quite the same that I have. So we're just going to have to play this by ear to see, but I did pull these in because I may mix the two in. I'm uncertain. So we're just going to just bear with me. Give me grace. That's all I'm saying. Give me grace. So the first thing that I do want to share with you is my word of the year. You don't have to do a word of the year. Let me say that. Like I said, I am very goals driven. So it's important for me to have a word of the year, and usually I pair it with scripture. And so this is my word of the year. It is discipline. It has been my word of the year. Oh goodness. I don't know, however long. That just goes to show you that, I just keep rolling it over because it's not that I want to master it, but I just want to keep it at the forefront of my mind. This is something that I truly struggle with the balance between, let's say, work, home life, spiritual, health and fitness, everything. In my world, nothing can ever just flow naturally. That's just what it is. But I do enjoy having this, the word of the year. This vellum, this is a very thick vellum, and this comes from Fancy Plans Co. This is available on her website. I just love the way it looks. It's very good quality. It has 2021 on here. I don't care. I'm just, like I said, rolling it over. It gives you the definition. It says the practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior using punishment to correct disobedience. I don't look at it like that. I just look at it as discipline within myself, and that I need not to be lazy and get in my comfort zone, and I need to keep pushing through. That's how I see it in my world. So this is going to go into my planner. I'll be popping that in there. And when we put everything back together in my half letter, you will see that. All right, so let's get to the meat and potatoes. So the front page says goals, plans, events, and projects. I won't be looking at it as events and projects for right now. There may be events and projects that I want to do some goal setting for. I don't know, but as of right now, I don't have any type of events and projects. It is more goals and plans for me. And then it says all the things. This is a layout that I'm really not familiar with. The one that I used last year was from Cloth and Paper. It gave you like more room to write. I'm gonna see if I have it with me. I do not. I thought I did, but it had more like room for you to write, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just this is more structured, I guess you could say. And I'm pulling out here it is. I'm putting like all my business out there, but this is like how it was structured. So, and it kind of like gave you a lot of space to write. And I did like that. However, I just wanted to move from Cloth and Paper, not saying anything bad about Cloth and Paper. I just wanted to move from it. All right. So let's get started. I'm going to try the best that I can to fit everything in here. So far I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 categories. Her categories on the sheets are personal goal, professional, health, and home and family. Mine are personal, professional, spiritual, health and fitness, social media, and finances. So this is where I'm saying that I won't have like enough room. I have more categories than she does. These 3 I do have. I can kind of maneuver through this home and family. I'm probably going to end up doing another dash and writing there. And this is also broken up into quarterly goals. Cloth and Paper was the exact same way. It broke it up into quarterly goals, which I'm fine with. However, I plan on attacking like all my goals every single month. It's not something that I like want to break down. There may be a couple that I want to break down, but for the most part, I want to tackle all of them. So here is how quarter 1 do. And I think that we're going to do just quarter 1. I don't want to make this video like super duper long, but we may end up doing quarter 1, and then I may end up doing like a goals video every month. If y'all are interested in that, let me know down in the comments if this is something you would be interested in, this being an ongoing thing, like not every month, but maybe every quarter. That's what I want to say, every quarter. So every 3 months. So just let me know. But here is where I think that I can expand more on like all of my goals that I have listed. Some under each category is quite lengthy. Like personal is lengthy, spiritual is lengthy, social media is kind of lengthy. So I think this is where I kind of can expound. If not, then I can pull in a half sheet or something like that. So that's my whole thought process with it. It also gives you a note sheet. So I could use like this to kind of expound on a little bit more. We'll just kind of have to wait and see how things go with this. But all the other sheets are broken down into quarters. So we're going to go ahead and start with annual goals. I'm going to go ahead and zoom you in. The pen, I've pulled in my handy dandy tool pen that I always use. You can find these on Amazon. This is my zebra pen that I always use. It's like this one is a dual tip. It's brush and like a finer tip on the other one. So I thought about writing with this one on here, hoping that it doesn't bleed. So let's start with personal. So what we're going to do is I'm going to, with personal, kind of carve out my top 3. And then when we get to the quarter 1, I'll show you everything. So under my personal, I have 7 personal goals that I have for myself. And so the first one is I have refinanced my home. Me and my husband have been wanting to refinance our home. We're actually going to be doing that in the coming month. So that is like high on my goal. That is definitely going to go in the first block. And then another thing that I want to tackle, which actually I've already done and I can check it off, is to put some work into my office. I know that may not seem like a typical goal for everybody, but I have not decorated my office since I've been a manager, and I've been a manager for a long time. Okay. And so I've already done that. checked it off. Like, it makes me happy. It makes everyone in my office that comes in, it makes them happy. And so that's kind of already done. That organized, decluttering type of thing, that's already done. And then my last thing is a ladies organization that I have been chosen. It is a local, well, it's not really, it's a national organization that I have been chosen for. And so I had to be selected and go through an interview process and all of that. They do good work in the community, that type of thing. And so that's kind of happening, I think, in the next month. So those are the 3 things that I am going to put under quarter 1. And so I'm going to put refinance. So I'm going to put refinance home. So this definitely like needs to happen. That is on the top of my list. And even though it says actions here, I'm going to ignore that. Actually, I'll probably end up going back and whiting out that portion because I don't want to look at that. I want to put my top 3. And so the next one is the office. I don't know what I want to say. Office revamp. So that's how we're going to put it. Office revamp. Okay, so we're going to put that there. And then I have the, I'm going to abbreviate this because it's long. So it's top ladies of distinction. Okay. So those are my 3 things. And then for quarter 2, what I want to do is, and again, I am being very transparent on all of my goals. These are my goals. They don't mean that it's yours. These are things that either I'm struggling with or I need to pay close attention to. So I am, you know, some of these things I am putting myself out there, is specifically in the personal section. So, and again, even though I put this on quarter 2, I could be working on this in quarter 1. It's just because of the formatting of the insert. This is what we're doing. So as far as my marriage is concerned, me and my husband have a really, really good marriage. We've been together since I've been in the 11th grade. And so we are to the point where kids are exiting our home. My oldest is 21. I have another one going into college, and I'm just kind of left with soon to be high schooler. So it's like for years, we have been taking care of kids, to be honest with you, and not saying that we have neglected our marriage, but you know, the kids just always came first. Unfortunately, that is not the way it's supposed to be, but we have. So we've neglected like outings and trips and all these things. To be honest with you, because back in the day, I was either broke or pregnant, or sick, all those 3. So we are going to be, we're charging ourselves with being more focused on doing date nights and outings, which I'm going to tell you is very strange. Do not judge me. It's very strange because that's just been our life. So I am putting marriage here. And then I'm putting outings and dates. And I'm super excited about this, y'all. I mean, you may find it strange, but I'm sorry, that's just been our world. We'll be married for 20 years this year. And so, you know, that's just been our world. So, I want to expand my garden. So right around this time will be March, April. And so I'm looking to do another big, huge garden box. So I want to expand my garden. So this will definitely happen in quarter 2. So expand my garden. All right. So those are the 2 things for there. And then over here in quarter 3, and like I said, these things I'm actually praying about and doing things now. So even though I'm putting it in quarter 3, this is something that I've kind of already started. So I have being a better friend, and I'll explain that as soon as I finish writing. So being a better friend. And so I don't have many friends in my life. Technically, I only have one really, really good friend. She's actually a work friend. And, you know, I'm an introvert. I've said this jokingly before. But however, sometimes, a lot of times, I don't want to be bothered. And it's because I do a lot of talking at work and interacting at work. And when I get home, I just don't want to. The only type of interaction that I have is my family. And when I post or do anything on YouTube or Instagram. And so it's a lot of times where she calls me and I don't answer. It's because I don't want to talk or be bothered, and that is not right. And so I want to be a better friend. She has no idea, and she doesn't watch my videos or anything like that, but she has no idea that I have put this on my goals list. Like, I want to be a good friend. Like, I want to strive for that. And so another thing is empathy. And I'll explain that. So empathy and affection. And you may say, Danielle, what in the world? Like, people struggle with that. And I am the one person, like, I have a very tough skin. And it's not because my parents raised me that way or anything like that. It's just the fact that I want to be more affectionate. I want to be more empathetic and things like that. Like, I want to be able to connect with people more. And so because I like to interact in some ways, I want to be more empathetic. And so I've been praying about that. So I want to make that a part of my goal. So like I said, I don't want to wait until like the end of the year for this. I'm only putting it because of the format of the insert. However, I am starting this now, if that makes sense. And so I don't have anything for quarter 4, and it may be just kind of like a repeat of everything that you see here. So, all right. So for professional, and so I got a lot of stuff for, not a lot of stuff, but I only have 4 things under my professional goal. And so, what I would like to do is start prepping on Sundays. And I mean prepping for my work week. And so that just means looking over emails, looking at my to-do list, looking at what meetings are, things that I need to do for Monday. And so I'm not waiting until Monday morning, which I already have anxiety already. I hope that I'm not the only one like that, you know, have anxieties and things like that about Mondays and all of that. And so I want to be able to be prepared in advance for those things. So that's what I mean when I say prepping on Sundays. So my next thing is that I'm going to be, which I currently already do, but I want to continue. So that's rounding with staff. And so I mention this on my stories quite often when I tell that I'm going to other locations. But as much as an introvert as I am, I put that aside, and I like interacting and meeting with my staff, engaging with them. That's huge. It's really important for me as a manager, and I definitely want to continue that. The next thing is that I am prepping and preparing. So prep for director position. So currently I am a manager, and I will be moving into another spot hopefully in the year. I've been talking to, you know, my director and upper management about that. And so I have been through my tenure at the hospital constantly moving up. And so professional goals are always important for me. So I'm going to be spending this year doing whatever I need to learn that particular position, to prepare myself in hopes that maybe in the next year or 2, this is where I will be landing. Okay, and so for professional, the only thing that I am going to add to the quarter 2, so this will continuously carry on. Like I said, I'm just only doing it because of the format of the insert. However, the only thing that I want to add under quarter 2 is that I am wanting to take some finance classes. And so I'm an accountant. However, I always want to do continuing education. So I'm going to put finance classes. And so I am going to be looking into finance classes. All right. So that's it. And like I said, this will just carry over there. And so health and fitness goals, and I only have 3. So these will just continuously carry over to all quarters. So if you don't know me and you're not following me on Instagram, I'm a runner. So we're going to run 2 to 3 times. And I'm just going to put that per week. That has just been my goal. It's working out really well. I also started strength training. So we're going to continue that. So strength train. And I would like to do that 3 to 4. Okay. So we got that in there. And then the last thing is my planned meals, which I do a really good job with that. So planned. And this is going to be weekly meals. I go to the grocery store every week. And so off camera, I will continue that on. I'm just trying to save time. And so this, video is not too long, but this will continue over to the other quarters. Now, this is where I told you that I don't have like a home family. I kind of group that with my personal goals. So for this one, I think that we are going to change it. I'll just put like finances. So we're going to put finances here. And that way, like I said, I don't, it's fine. So with finances, I have 4 goals. And so for the first quarter, we want to, and this is something that I'm already doing. I'm just carrying it over. And so we have daily spend tracking, which if you are not doing that, you need to. I will be having a budget video coming out probably, if not the end of the month, it'll be the beginning of February. And so if you are struggling with this, I definitely can help you with that. And then we have our monthly, I'm gonna abbreviate that. So we have our monthly budget and recap. Again, if you are not doing this, I can definitely help you with that. And then the last thing that I want to do is investments, tradings, and stocks, which I'm already doing that. If you are not doing trading or anything, oh my goodness, like you are missing out. So invest, trade, and stock. Like we make a lot of money with this. So. And then the only thing that I have left, and I'll just put it over here in quarter 2, but I've already started, is to increase my savings. And this is my personal savings. We both have separate accounts, and we both have separate savings. So, but we share like the amounts. Nothing is like private or anything like that. So, but we do, and I always want to increase. I did really well with my personal savings last year. I was able to meet my goal. And so I have a new goal, and that I, will share with y'all when I do my budget. So again, this will carry over to the other quarters. So yeah, really, really loving that. All right. So let's do quarter 1. We're going to do that. And, I'm trying to think how I want to do this. So like I said, I have like my personal, professional, health, home. I have all of this, and I'm still missing like social media. Like social media needs to go here somewhere. So I'm thinking that what I will do is I'm going to pull out the Fancy Plans Co. one before we start on that quarter 1. And I'm going to put the social media over here under other. And I'm going to take my zebra. And here I'm going to put social media. Right there. Because I don't want to forget about this category. All right, there we go. So we got social media. And the good thing about that is that I can go ahead and list everything, which I have 6 items. So for social media, the first thing that I have is 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube. And thank you so much to my faithful viewers and subscribers. It means so much to me. I don't even say it enough, but I need to start thanking y'all for, listening to my annoying voice and my crazy obsessive hobby. but 1,000 subs. I'm gonna put 1,000 subs, and I had a goal of May of this year. So I started my YouTube channel April of last year, and so it has been doing very well. I am almost to 600, so I would need to get, in order to make that goal, I would need 100 subscribers per month. I think that is like very far-fetched, but you never know. I really do, but I'm thankful anyway. And so my next goal is my Bookstagram account. I've talked about this in one of my other videos. And so I do have a Bookstagram account. It is linked below, and I would like to give that account some love. I haven't done anything over there really. Occasionally I'll post some things, but my whole point of that is to do book reviews. And then I talked about a podcast before. I never got that up and going in September like I want, but I'm also putting blog on there. So I may end up starting a blog instead of a podcast. I'm not sure if that's really going to happen, but a blog might happen. I also want to include lifestyle videos or lifestyle content here on this channel. And so you may see more of that sometime in the year. I've gotten some requests for that. Also, bookish collabs. I've already started this goal. I actually started it in December. If you are a bookish person and also do planning as well, send me a message. Find me on Instagram, because I'm always looking for new people to collab with, especially if we use the same shops. And then my last goal is to go live more on Instagram. So I'm on stories all the time, but I would love to do like maybe some live plan with me's, or maybe book discussions or things like that. And so, yeah, that's what I'm like really interested in doing. Instead of month, I'm going to put the year down here. So I'm going to put 2022 down here, because I'm not going to be doing it by month. All right. So we got that. So social media is done, and I still want to do, I need to figure out how I want to do this quarter one. And so ideally I would need to fit like every single thing on here, and I'm just not sure how I'm going to do that. So even if I took this out and broke it up into categories, I still wouldn't have enough, and I wouldn't have enough room. So I'm gonna have to really think about how I want to set this insert up, because ideally the way that I have everything planned out is not going to fit on every single page. It's just not. So this is what I'm going to do. I am going to use the notes sheet. So we're going to put this on hold for right now until I can put some more thought. If y'all continuously want me to talk about goal planning throughout the year quarterly, I can show you my update on what I decide to do with this one. But at this point right now, I'm not really sure how I want to do it. It's the way it's laid out. However, we can go ahead and list everything under the notes, which I am very comfortable with. So what I'll do on this part is that I'm going to speed you through everything, because it's going to be a lot of writing, and I don't want you to sit here and, you know, watch everything. However, if you do have any questions about any of the goals that I do have listed, please contact me and let me know. But at the end, if there's anything that I want to highlight specifically, I will talk about it. All right, so we got everything on here, a lot of writing. So I wanted to speed you through this, but these are all of my goals. So this is everything. This is everything that I can think of. I know it's a lot, but like I said, I am truly goal driven, and so I have to have it in writing. And so I'm thankful for this note sheet, because then I am able to write out everything. Like I said, I have I don't know how I'm going to end up doing the Q1. I'm really gonna have to put some thought into it, because I really do want to use the insert. I just have like no earthly idea how I'm gonna set that up and fit everything that I need in Q1. So be on the lookout in the coming months for a video where you will see all of that. And so let me get everything together. So we're gonna pop everything. I'm gonna zoom you out. We're gonna pop everything right back into my planner. And so I'm gonna get everything together. There we go. And then we also have my word of the year that we want to pop in there as well. And so I'm hoping that you were able to get some ideas from my goal planning and my goals for 2022. Maybe there's some that you missed. And by all means, share with me your goals. Share with me what you are thinking about for 2022, because I definitely would like to know. So we're going to pop this right into our goal section here. And then we are going to put all of the inserts that we worked on right in here. So great. Love that so much. And I love the way that kind of like peeks through there. So yeah, so thank you so much for joining me here at Danielle's Desk. If you enjoy going through my goals process and basically looking at all of my business, give the video a thumbs up. If you would like to see more content from me, consider subscribing, and I hope that you have a good day. Bye.